Hi, friends. Welcome to day number 32 of FYG and GYG, Find Your Gift and Give Your Gift. 33 days to a more joyful life. I'm so happy you're here, and I can't believe we only have 2 more days. I was watching a video by Maya Angelou yesterday, and she was talking to Oprah, and she was just talking about gratitude and how much gratitude fills her heart. And she said, oh, when I wake up in the morning and I look at my hands, and how much my hands have been through, and I say, thank you, hands, for showing up for another day. And then I look over through the curtains and a beam of light hits my face, and I say, thank you, Lord, for giving me another day with a beautiful sun that will warm my face. She literally was saying the most poetic, beautiful things. There were probably 20 before her feet hit the floor in the morning. I mean, to wake up in gratitude, and she was literally like, waking up another day and I am still breathing. Oh Lord, it's gonna be a good day. And I was just so warmed up by the simplicity of her gratitude, of her hands, and as her feet touched the ground, that they were still strong enough to carry her on her path. And I thought, we have so much to be grateful for. And let's just remember that the energy of gratitude is the doorway to abundance. So maybe today when we do our 3 grounding breaths, we can just breathe in something that we are grateful for. It can be the air that we're breathing, the lungs that fill our body, our feet that are touching the ground, the sun that is lighting up the world right now, our side of the world anyway. So let's breathe in gratitude and let's breathe out gratitude. So it's just a big loop of love, and it's a big loop of, like, even when we breathe in, the trees are giving us what we need to live, and when we breathe out, we are returning the favor, right? So we are all connected and working together to make this freaking beautiful life happen. So if you would uncross your legs, put your feet on the ground. I'm going to put my palms up to receive today. And let's do a breath of gratitude in through our nose, out through our mouth, in through our nose, and out through our mouth, in through our nose, and out through our mouth. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Maya Angelou for showing me the richness of gratitude and the simplicity of it. It doesn't have to be because I'm getting the Christmas gifts I want. It doesn't have to be how much money I make or a better job or that. It can be my hands, my breath, the sunlight, my feet touching the floor, just to be in gratitude at that. Okay, here's our topic today. My gifts are, you fill in the blank. I will use them daily by, fill in the blank. So that's what our topic is today. So we have explored our childhood. We have explored our current day, what it looks like. We have seen ourselves through the eyes of our friends to get our clues and our nuggets and our chunks of what our gifts are. So we've already done a bunch of pieces, and even if you've only done one of those 3, you have some information to work with. So right now, if you would open up your journal, I don't know if you number these days or if you just write in it whenever I ask you to write in it. If you do number, write day 32, and then you can write my gifts are, I just put a colon. I will use them daily by, and another colon. And then write down some things that have come up, that people have said, that you're a good listener, you're a loyal friend, you are a great dancer, you're funny, you're outspoken, you're confident, you're a battery of love, you're a beautiful, loving energy. I have people who are so nice to just be around. When that happened to my daughter Margot here in town, when she got injured when I was out of town, I literally thought, I didn't think I've got to get one of my friends over there. I thought, who has the most comforting energy? Who has the sweetest demeanor? Who could just show up as a battery of love and sit silent next to my baby so she felt loved and supported until I got there? So maybe that's and I thought of one specific person and I called her. So think about what your thing is, what you bring to the table. If you are a photographer, what do people see through your photos? What kind of gentleness or calmness or love or light or... So right now, just in your journal, write down the words that people have said about you. What your gifts are, what comes easy for you, what you love, what you're doing today, what you lose yourself in when you lose track of time or you forget to eat or even go to the bathroom because you're so engrossed in whatever you're doing. Write those things down. Just let them flow out of you and jot them down. And then, like we've done in the past, looking at our daily life, looking at what we give our energy to, how could you start bringing that list of gifts, even if you just pick one word, if you just pick joy, or if you just pick light, or if you just pick happiness or humor, whatever your one word is, how can you take that one word, you can do that for all your words, but we're just going to work with one. Let's pretend it's joy. How can you take joy and plug it in to your current life? So you're going to take your gift and bring your gift into everything. So if my gift is joy, I'm not just going to set it on my desk and then go to the grocery store, right? I'm going to pick up my joy and own it. Maybe say it out loud. This is my gift. I'm filled with joy. And I'm going to carry it. I'm going to put it on my shoulder and I'm going to go into the grocery store remembering that I am now going to be incorporating my gift into my daily life. So I go into the grocery store, I look people in the eye and I smile at them while they are next to me in the produce section, in the checkout line. If somebody has one thing and I have 10, I'm going to say, go in front of me, friend, unless I'm in a hurry, then I probably won't. But just finding ways to connect with people, to spread joy, to have eye contact, to let them know, I see you, you matter, you're here. I mean, eye contact for someone who doesn't get looked at or lives alone especially is like overwhelming and just instantly lights them up inside. Another thing that I do when I'm walking around with my joy chip, which is basically just reminding me, incorporate me in throughout the day, right? Because the more we start using our gifts, the more our gifts grow and we're touching people and we're happy and we're moving up into abundance. So another way that I use my little joy is when I think something nice about someone, especially a stranger, I tell them. So I never hold a nice thing in my body. I never hold a compliment. I like that lady's hair, she's going to know it. I love that lady's shoes, she's going to know it. I see the kindness in someone's eyes, or I appreciate how they help someone, they're going to know it. Like, let that good stuff flow out of you. Don't hold it. Those are ways that we can make little differences. We can be the change that we want to see in the world. We can be the understanding. We can be the openness to hear a different perspective without anger. We can be what we hope for our country, what we hope for our president, what we hope for our neighbor. We can be that. And as more of us become that, the more the planet will heal and get along and not have so much chaos and hatred. So if you're in your job, how can you bring your gift into your job? Maybe you take photos of people at lunch break, or maybe you ask people if they want to go for a walk and you are a good listener and let people move their bodies and you hear them. Like, however you can start bringing your gift into your everyday, the grocery store, the gas station, driving, right? What a wonderful place to practice joy when you're driving. Wave to someone, dance with someone, turn up your music, let them go in front of you. Anne Frank said this: how wonderful is it that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. I always have to read it twice. How wonderful is it that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Using our gifts lights us up. Using that to be of service to others is why I think we're on the planet. Another thing I want to talk about today, besides knowing your gifts and how you can plug them into your everyday, think about being of service, right? So that's the same thing. If you have your joy thing, you're going to use that to serve others, because while we serve others, we serve ourselves. While we're making a difference in the world, we're making a difference in ourselves. For many of us, we think that service is sacrifice or large donations or grand gestures. While service can be all of those things, it can also be much simpler, like I was talking about before. Giving to others through service is simply doing what you do best in any given moment. So giving what you do best. If you are light, be the light in any given moment, not just when you're happy or someone's cute or you're going to get noticed, but being the light when someone's an asshole in the grocery store line, saying, wow, he must be hurting. How can I show up as a battery of love? Not only to protect myself, but to let that bubble out onto the person next to me. And then I just put giving and gratitude makes for an abundant day. So imagine if you start your day like Maya Angelou. Oh Lord, I am grateful for these hands who have touched the faces of my loved one. Oh Lord, I am grateful for how that sun, she would just say, oh Lord. It was so soulful and so pure and so simple that she was that filled with gratitude because she woke up. Wow, we can move like that. And combining that and being of service throughout your day with your gift is pretty close, I think, to heaven on earth. Giving your gift and being of service are the reasons that we are on the planet. I was going to say is the reason that we're on the planet, but I think since I said two different things, it's are. Anyway, that is why we're here. And we have been locking in on our gifts and figuring what they are out. And now we can know that we could serve people just by showing up at a 7-Eleven or a quick shop or whatever they're called, just to get an icy or an iced tea and just smile at someone. You were in service today. Oh, I wrote a great example, but it got cut off. So a great example of this is a fella named Brad Pitts, who's in our group. And I just was so delighted when I found out what he did. He's a mailman. Because Brad said, I realized I'm light and I'm joy and that I bring that to people and they feel good around me. And then I was like, well, how can you incorporate that? And he's like, I'm a mailman. I was like, wow, you talk about the perfect job where you interact with people on a daily basis, and that to know that this person's kind of a jerk and they don't usually control their dog in it. And I'm going to show up even greater in my joy and love for this person when I ring their bell or give them their package or smile at their face because they're struggling. And I am a bearer of light. Let me bring light to the people who need it. So I love so much that thing of the mailman, of Brad, with a smile on his face, despite what his stories are or what he's been through. Showing up in love, looking people in the eye, that's a gift they get every day for free. And that is when we are warriors of love. That is when we are our most powerful. So my quote today is, feeling fully alive as I share my gifts. God, thank you for every person we come in contact with, for every situation we are a part of. Let us pull our gift out one a day and put it up on our shoulder. So before we walk into any room, before we have any phone call, before we have any meeting, we glance over and remember what you have blessed us with, and then we choose to use it to be of service. Thank you for our hands and our feet and the sun rays that light up the world. Amen. And I thank you guys for the last 31 days, and I look forward to tomorrow. As we just kind of have an overview and wrap up and make kind of a commitment moving forward. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 33.